This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
The narcissist's emotional baggage. Narcissists are often seen as self-absorbed and confident individuals who prioritize their own needs and desires above everything else. While this may seem like the hallmark of their personality, there is often a deeper layer that is less visible to the eye: their emotional baggage. Beneath the grandiose facade lies a fragile sense of self, deeply rooted insecurities, and unresolved emotional wounds from the past. Understanding the emotional baggage of a narcissist is key to understanding their behavior and how it affects their relationships with others. In this article, we will explore the emotional baggage that narcissists carry, how it shapes their actions and reactions, and how it impacts those who interact with them. 1. The fragile ego. A narcissist's emotional baggage often revolves around their fragile ego. While they may appear confident, boastful, and superior, their self-esteem is frequently built on shaky ground. Narcissists often rely on external validation to feel worthy, and any perceived threat to their inflated sense of self can cause significant distress. Insecurity beneath the surface. At their core, narcissists are deeply insecure individuals. Their constant need for admiration and validation comes from an internal sense of inadequacy. They overcompensate by projecting an image of superiority and perfection, which masks their fear of being seen as weak or unimportant. Over-reliance on external validation. A narcissist's need for external praise and admiration is a form of emotional baggage. They are highly dependent on others' approval to feel validated. Without constant affirmation, they may feel worthless and deeply inadequate, even though they rarely admit this to others. The fragile ego leads narcissists to react defensively when their self-image is challenged. They may lash out, deflect blame, or engage in gaslighting to maintain control and avoid facing their underlying insecurity. 2. Unresolved childhood trauma. Many narcissists have experienced unresolved childhood trauma or emotional neglect that shapes their adult behavior. Whether due to a lack of emotional support, abandonment, or excessive praise from overindulgent parents, narcissists may develop maladaptive coping mechanisms to protect themselves from pain. Childhood neglect or emotional abuse. Narcissists often struggle with feelings of worthlessness stemming from childhood experiences. They may have been criticized or ignored by parents or caregivers, leading them to seek constant validation from others in adulthood. Overindulgence and excessive praise. On the flip side, some narcissists were excessively praised or indulged as children, which led to an inflated sense of self-worth. However, this false sense of superiority often masks feelings of deep insecurity and fear of failure. These childhood experiences contribute to the emotional baggage that narcissists carry into their relationships. Their need for admiration and control is often an attempt to fill the void left by these early emotional wounds. 3. Fear of rejection and abandonment. At the heart of a narcissist's emotional baggage is a deep fear of rejection and abandonment. Narcissists may outwardly seem aloof or indifferent, but this mask hides a profound fear of being abandoned or unloved. This fear often leads them to behave in ways that are controlling, manipulative, and self-serving. Avoidance of vulnerability. To protect themselves from the possibility of rejection, narcissists tend to avoid vulnerability. They often build walls around their emotions, refusing to show weakness or neediness. This creates an emotional distance in their relationships, as they are unwilling to let others see their true selves. Fear of being exposed. Narcissists fear that if others see who they truly are, their insecurities, flaws, and imperfections, they will be rejected or abandoned. As a result, they go to great lengths to control how others perceive them, often fabricating a perfect image that is far from reality. This fear of abandonment drives narcissists to engage in toxic behaviors like love bombing, excessive flattery and affection to win someone over, and hoovering, attempting to pull someone back into their control after they've distanced themselves. They want to keep others close to avoid feeling alone or worthless. 4. Emotional manipulation and gaslighting. Narcissists often carry emotional baggage related to their inability or unwillingness to experience genuine emotions. Instead, they manipulate others' feelings and perceptions to create an illusion of control and superiority. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a tactic narcissists use to make others question their own perceptions and reality. They will twist facts, deny events, or blame others for their actions in order to make their victims doubt their own sanity. This tactic stems from the narcissist's emotional baggage, as they are unwilling to take responsibility for their actions. Emotional manipulation. Narcissists are skilled at manipulating emotions to get what they want. They may use guilt, fear, or pity to control others and keep them dependent on their approval. This behavior is a result of the narcissist's unresolved emotional pain, as they feel the need to control others to avoid experiencing vulnerability or rejection. By using emotional manipulation and gaslighting, narcissists reinforce their fragile ego and avoid confronting their own emotional wounds. 5. The need for constant control. A narcissist's need for control is often rooted in their emotional baggage. Having experienced emotional neglect or trauma in the past, they seek to control their environment and the people around them to feel safe and validated. Need for dominance. Narcissists need to feel superior to others, and this is often reinforced by controlling their relationships and surroundings. They may use tactics like intimidation, belittling, or charm to maintain dominance. Emotional instability. When a narcissist loses control of a situation or relationship, their emotional instability can surface. They may react with anger, rage, or withdrawal, all of which stem from their fear of vulnerability and emotional discomfort. Their desire for control often alienates them from others and contributes to the toxic relationships they create. It's difficult for those around them to break free from the narcissist's manipulative tactics, but it's important to recognize that this need for control stems from their internal emotional chaos. 6. Difficulty with intimacy and empathy. Because of their emotional baggage, narcissists struggle with genuine intimacy and empathy. Their fear of vulnerability and lack of emotional depth often prevent them from forming meaningful connections with others. Lack of empathy. Narcissists have difficulty understanding and responding to the emotions of others. They may be unable to provide emotional support, show compassion, or offer genuine care, as they are primarily focused on their own needs and desires. This lack of empathy stems from their unresolved emotional pain and insecurity. Avoidance of intimacy. Narcissists often avoid emotional intimacy because it exposes their vulnerabilities. They may sabotage deep connections by being overly self-centered, dismissive, or emotionally unavailable, leaving their partners feeling neglected and unimportant. These difficulties with intimacy and empathy make it challenging for narcissists to form and maintain healthy relationships. They may seem emotionally distant, even though they yearn for connection, but their emotional baggage prevents them from fully engaging with others in a healthy, authentic way. 7. The narcissist's baggage affects those around them. The emotional baggage that narcissists carry doesn't just affect them, it also negatively impacts those around them. Their inability to recognize and address their own issues can lead to toxic relationships, emotional manipulation, and trauma for anyone involved with them. Damage to loved ones. Those who are close to a narcissist often experience emotional neglect, manipulation, and gaslighting. They may feel invalidated, confused, and emotionally drained by the narcissist's behavior. Endless cycles of abuse. Narcissists often create cycles of emotional abuse, where their victims are alternately idealized and devalued. This pattern can leave victims feeling stuck, as they are constantly trying to regain the narcissist's favor or affection. Breaking free from a narcissistic relationship requires understanding the emotional baggage that the narcissist carries and how it affects the dynamic. The first step is recognizing that the narcissist's behavior is not your fault, but rather the result of their unresolved issues and emotional wounds. Conclusion. The emotional baggage of a narcissist is complex and deeply rooted in their past. It manifests in various harmful behaviors such as manipulation, gaslighting, and emotional unavailability. By understanding the underlying causes of their actions, you can better navigate interactions with a narcissist and protect your own emotional well-being. It's important to recognize that while a narcissist's emotional wounds are not your responsibility to heal, understanding their baggage can help you set boundaries and make healthier choices in your relationships.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.